finals day at the Blibli Indonesia Open. 5 more semi-finals to come, and our next match is women's singles. Who will play against Akane Yamaguchi tomorrow? Will it be PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, or will it be Chen Yufei? Chen Yufei beaten finalist last year. And of course, PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, world and Olympic silver medalist, but she's looking to reach her first final of the year. Well, when we look at the draw from quarterfinal stage, we had 6 different nationalities, 5 seeds, including the top 4. The women's doubles was the only other discipline where we had the top 4 seeds at quarterfinal stage. By semi-final stage, we'd lost the number 3 seed because PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu reversed the result of the World Championship final from 2 years ago, beating Nozomi Okuhara. But 4 semi-finalists from 4 different countries, and that's only the 7th time that that has happened at the Indonesian Open, and this is the 38th edition of the Indonesian Open, so that's a rarity that at this particular event we've had 4 players in semi-finals from 4 different nations. That's always nice to see, though. And I have to say that women's singles is one of the most diverse disciplines there are, and has been for some years now. It's been one of the most exciting disciplines of all 5. Well, here is the Olympic silver medalist and World Championship silver medalist, 2 World Championship silver medals. For PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, this is her 3rd semi-final of the year, but her first ever at the Indonesia Open. Chen Yufei, who was beaten in the final a year ago, lost out to Tai Su Ying, who lost earlier this afternoon in her semi-final against Yamaguchi. So it won't be a repeat of last year's final, that is for sure. Making her 3rd appearance here at the Indonesia Open. And the magnificent trophy that all the players play for, come the World Tour finals. And it's only the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines who will qualify for those World Tour finals in Guangzhou in December. So for Chen Yufei and PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, this is the 8th meeting between the 2, and it is the Indian player who holds the slight advantage, having won 4 of the previous 7, but the last time they met was the quarterfinal of the China Super 1000 last year, and Chen Yufei won that in 3 games. 24 years of age now is PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, turned 24 earlier this month. Born in Secunderabad, just north of Hyderabad. Currently number 5, but she did spend 11 weeks across 3 different spells as world number 2. 6th appearance here. The best she's done previous to this year was a quarterfinal last year when she was the number 3 seed. Lost out to another Chinese player, He Bingjiao. But beaten 2 Japanese players on her way through to the semi-final. 3 games against the left-handed Ohori. 3 games against the European Games gold medalist, Mia Blickfeld. And then that quarter-final victory, revenge for the loss in the World Championship final 2 years ago, beating Nozomi Okuhara very convincingly in that 2nd game. Just 7 points scored by Okuhara. So to Chen Yufei, who's 21 years of age, born in Hangzhou, the capital of Xinjiang province. Down 1 place from her highest ranking, which was number 2. And strange coincidence, because like her opponent, she spent a total of 11 weeks as world number 2. So for Chen Yufei, like her opponent, 3 games in the in 2 of her matches. Her first round opponent, Fitriani, was 2 straight games. Then against the left-handed Sayaka Takahashi, 3 games there. Came from a game down against the American, Zhang Beiwen. Dropped the middle game. 49 minutes for that. So Remy Boulier of Canada will be our umpire for this one, and Andy Opunana will be the service judge. Tall player is PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, 179, that's 5'11". Both her parents, international volleyball players, so it's not surprising she's got her height. And her sister was an international netball player, I believe. World Netball Championships taking place in England at the moment, and I think England are through to the semi-final stage. Is that right, Steen?
I'm not sure. I'm not a keen follower on netball. Is that the one very similar to basketball without the plate? Ah, yeah. Okay, so it's very much a Commonwealth Games thing, I think.
I suppose in Denmark, your girls at school play handball rather than netball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a netball hall next to the stadium for the Australia Open Super 300.
Yes, Australia are very, very good netball. But these are 2 of the best badminton players in the world in women's singles.
On my right, PUSARLA v Sindhu, India. And on my left, Chen Yufei, China. PUSARLA v Sindhu to serve. Love all. Play.
So PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, the number 5 seed from India, getting this semi-final underway against the number 2 seed and beaten finalist from a year ago, CHEN Yufei. Wide. Now, Steve, the first thing I think we need to discuss is the fact that CHEN Yufei, in her 7th tournament of the year, in her 7th semi-final, she's reached all semi-finals, if not better, throughout this year. So she's been in tremendous form.
Yeah.
Now, in contrast, PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, by her own very high standards, and by our high standards as spectators, when you've won Olympic and 2 World Championship silver medals, you expect all the time, but PUSARLA hasn't had the best of years so far.
No, but if you look a year back from now, she hasn't really performed well in the normal tournaments. It's all the championship tournaments that she does well in.
Big tournament player.
Yeah, big tournament player. But I'm very interested to see this match because I feel the stadium favors Sindhu a little bit, like was the case in the World Tour finals in 2018 in Guangzhou, where the playing conditions were quite slow, and I feel the tournament is coming at a good time for Sindhu, and I totally agree that she hasn't played the way we normally see her in the individual tournaments here in 2019. On the other hand, I think CHEN Yufei is the world's best player at the moment. But does she have the physicality that it takes in this arena here to get past Sindhu? That's the big question in my mind. Because here, physical power, raw physical power, is important.
Ah, I was going to ask you that. So you're talking about power rather than stamina?
Yes.
That's a nice shot. Good angle.
Service over. 4-2.
Forced the short left. by the quality net shots.
3-4.
Going with the sideways drift from left to right as we all look down on the court.
Well,
It's clever. Good jamming smash
over.
there.
5-4.
Well, of course, she's one of, I was going to say 3 players, but there's 2 pairs and 1 singles player still in this tournament who won the first Super 1000 event, the All England. Men's doubles pair of Asana and Setiawan already through to the final, and Jing Shi Wei and Wang Yaxiong won the All England Championships. So 3 the premier events, the Super 1000s.
Still has a chance of the Super 1000 Slam.
Exactly. But presumably the player won't be thinking about that. She won't be thinking about that at the moment.
Challenges called out. In.
Yeah, it was called in, and that's what she's challenging. She feels it was out.
Here we go. What does Hawkeye say? Oh.
Correction out. 7.
Great challenge.
4. No, it's out. Yeah, I know. It's this out. No, it's not right.
Well, PUSARLA thought that she saw it as in.
But the screens in the hall here, they've gone black, I think.
Ah.
But it's
Yeah, so she just couldn't see it, that's all. And the umpire's got Hawkeye's decision on his touchpad.
7-4. Play.
Yeah, that's a very good challenge by Chen Yufei. Wrong choice of shot from PV Sindhu, as she's known in her home country.
8-4.
Yeah, I like the idea. It's just the placement was not at all good, and I think Chen Yufei, she took a little chance there, knowing that there's a sideways drift, so she stayed on the middle of the court because they must have been discussing that there will be a majority of the attacking shots directed at the left-hand side of the court here to avoid mistakes in the sideways drift. Apart from that, I thought Chen Yufei looked really strong in that rally. One of the things I particularly like with her game as of late, pretty much since she won that China Super 750 in Fuzhou, is that, I mean, she's become stronger. She's sort of become more fully grown. Still only, was it 21?
21, yes.
Where when she first emerged on the tour, she always had nice movement skills and game reading skills and so on. Now the physicality is sort of supporting her game, so she can tailor her game to the opponent she's playing. She's really, really good at neutralizing attempts, attacking attempts from her opponent, and I think she He's got a good start to this first game. And of course, she's bound to make a shot like that immediately after. What a terrible shot.
The curse of the commentator. But if Chen Yufei is very good at neutralising the attacking play, is that not a major problem for PUSARLA? Because she bases an awful lot of her game around the attacking play.
It should be. It should be a problem. On the other hand, I think she can stand her defense a little bit better than normally here because the shuttles are a little bit slow.
Right. Well, on a run of 5 straight points, PUSARLA into the lead.
9-8.
Yeah, so she will get more chances than in a hall where, or in this hall, if the shuttles were a little bit faster.
Well, that's interesting because PUSARLA didn't want to change the shuttle. The umpire insisted that she did. So perhaps the point you were making at the time, that with the shuttle slow, because a new shuttle is a faster shuttle.
Yeah.
And that's why PUSARLA didn't perhaps want to change it. Besides which, it was a winning shuttle for her.
Service
It
over.
was.
9-all.
Great body smash from Chen Yufei.
That's good.
10-9. Service over. 10-all.
Oh, brilliant again. Body smash from Chen Yufei. And she has the 1-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game. What a smash, look at that. PUSARLA's new coach, Kim Ji-hyun, who's at the Atlanta Olympics. She's always very animated when she talks to her players, isn't she?
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you. Eleven, 10, play.
Never felt she was really on balance
12,
to play that.
10.
Oh. Well, I don't think she needed to have played that final one.
Service over.
It would have drifted wide
11,
anyway.
12.
What a net shot.
Service over. 13-11.
Oh, that's a short serve. Oh, goodness me.
Service over.
That wouldn't even have reached the double service line.
And we can't afford to do that against PV Sindhu. Then she's going to launch a power attack.
Oh, that's way in. She left that. Can you believe
Service
it?
over. 14-12.
Super.
Perfect. Notice when PV Sindhu plays the front court with a downward shot from her own back court, most of the times Chen Yufei just blocks it, plays it back at the net, and everything is neutralized.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the skills on the front court, the deceptive possibilities, the good lobs, the tricky net shots and so on, then it's really, really difficult to put Chen Yufei under pressure because the blocks, they neutralize everything.
Good rally. Yeah. Oh, that was a better net shot from PV Sindhu.
13.
Yeah, and she did well to defend herself also there. She had the chances, Chen Yufei, and that's what I mean by does she have the physical muscle power with a little bit heavy shuttles.
Oh, Duffy got stuck in the racket there with the strings breaking.
16-13.
I suppose in a way last year these two were very similar. They were sort of the nearly players of the World Tour. Chen Yufei last year, 5 finals, 4 losses in finals before she finally won the Fuzhou China Open. For PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu, 6 finals in total, losing 5 of them. And then finally at the World Tour finals in her 6th final. Yeah. But since then,
she's been struggling, Sindhu.
Yeah.
She's changed her equipment sponsor and things have not really been going her way.
A new coach as well.
New coach Kim Ji-hyuk. I just talked to her on the bus out here, and she said that she thought Sindhu was playing better in this tournament than before, and I think we have to agree about that, especially with the win against Okuhara yesterday.
Yes.
21-7 in the second game, and the last 2 losses for Okuhara has been to exactly these 2 players, and she's scored 3 and 7 points in the second game against them, so that's worrying for the former world champion, in my opinion.
It certainly is. I agree with that. That could be a costly error from PUSARLA.
17-14.
shot. Excellent shot. Gets a little bit of help from the sideways drift here because it comes
18,
a little bit faster
14.
and she plays it with great margin. Sindhu doesn't get to it.
Not a full follow through with the racket either. It's just a
No,
little
not
clip.
at all. Just a little clip with the racket. It's very hard to judge for the opponent.
This is a handsome lead at this stage of a game. 4-point advantage. Oh,
Shot.
yeah, lovely.
Pretty much the same shot that Chen Yufei won with the previous
15,
rally. Just a
18.
little clip with the rackets. Getting help from the sideways drift.
Then you on court.
Oh, that's nice placement. Oh, I saw that as clearly in.
Yeah.
Yufei
Way
challenges
in.
called in.
I'm directly over that line. There's no chance that this is wide, even though it's the drifty side.
Yeah, as confirmed by Hawkeye.
Challenge unsuccessful. 16, 18. One challenge remaining. 16, 18. White.
Overdone it. Now, at the start of that rally, Steve, given what you were saying earlier, I think I noticed 2 neutralising
18.
shots when she was just slightly off balance. One was a clear straight down the middle, and the other one was a block to the middle.
Yeah, but the clears, in my opinion, cannot be neutralizers because
Okay.
that leaves the opponent the possibility to still attack at you. Whereas a long drop shot from the back court can be a neutralizer or a drop shot from the front court.
Okay.
So it was, she was feeling apparently in good balance, Chen Yufei. But on the other hand, I think she's struggling to figure out ways to score at the moment.
Yeah.
The Chinese.
But this is a great
18.
comeback
Oh.
by PV Sindhu. There was me saying just a moment ago, it was a handsome lead, a 4-point advantage for Chen Yufei. Well, that 4-point advantage has been closed right down. It's 18 all. Good rally. Oh,
Yeah.
that's super. Took it early. And
19,
guided the shuttle
18.
in a downward direction across court, a cute angle. Oh, it was rather loose from Chen Yufei, though,
it
wasn't
was, but great patience by Sindhu to wait for shots like this and say, okay, come on, let's see if you can score points on me.
5 straight points to go into the lead. smash. Good rally. Oh, it's gone wide. Oh, she's challenging. She won't win that
PUSARLA
challenge.
v Sindhu challenges called out.
We are in a pretty good position to see that line, aren't we, Steve?
Yeah.
You think the same as me? Is out?
Definitely out.
Yeah. As has just been confirmed by Hawkeye. So 19 all.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 19 all.
Great match so far. Just developed exactly the way I've hoped that they will be really battling for it, these two girls. Yeah, I have no idea actually what's going to happen when they change ends, who's going to have the upper hand. But no doubt the psychological effect of winning this first game will be rather significant.
Oh, had a think about it, but decided not to go over. And it's game point opportunity to PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu. Six of the last 7 points. That's right, it is. Opening game. 7 of the last 8 points to PUSARLA Venkata Sindhu from 14-18 down. Takes the opening game 21-19 in an absolute thriller opening game. Clearly in good disguise, good deception. Well, Steve, you said that the psychological advantage, and I'm looking at PV Sindhu's reaction at the end of that meant a lot. There's confirmation, 26 minutes for that opening game.
And Kim Ji-hyun, she's more animated than Pan Lee in the Chinese women's doubles coach.
She's like that when you talk to her. I'm sure she was like that talking to you on the bus this morning. She doesn't mince her words either, does?
No. It's important.
Wow. What a great opening game. Right, Steve, before we get this second game underway, in the early stages, because I've obviously misunderstood what you were talking about with neutralizing shots.
Yeah.
When it happens, I want you to say, that's one.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's a deal.
So that
A neutralizing shot is a shot that where you're a little bit under pressure, so you don't want to play the backcourt and leave the opponent with too much time. Basically played when you're under pressure from the backcourt, played downwards below the tape. When you're under pressure on the front court, instead of lifting back at your opponent, just playing back at the net.
But not trying to get it tight, you just...
No, not trying to get it tight, just trying to get out of the difficulties you're about to get yourself into.
So, second game. Yeah. There's the lengthways drift coming into
Service
play.
over.
Yeah.
1.
I think Sindhu will need to attack a bit more and play a bit more flat game, fast-paced shots, and Chen Yufei should be able to capitalize on that here in the second game, the way I see it.
2.
There's some unfortunate things where you have some black screens behind the court. That must be very disturbing for Chen Yufei.
Actually, they've gone white, which is even more disturbing.
Yeah, the black screens, they've gone white suddenly. So impossible to see slices. And, that's why we very rarely see white A boards in badminton, because you can't see the shuttle then. There was one neutralizing.
Okay.
She wasn't in real big trouble, so
Yeah.
not a big one. Well left.
Judged.
3. Love.
But I mean, there's certainly a contrast to being coached by Kim Ji-hyun and being coached by Gobichan. It's the total opposite. Gobichan normally very, very soft-spoken and calm and collected.
Calm. Yeah. Yeah, super.
4. Love.
Well left.
Service over. 1. 4.
Oh, that's landed in. That's good control from
Yeah, it
Sindhu.
is. Two good rallies for her. One where Chen Yufei put it long up against the drift, and one where she controlled it herself with the drift. That's very important, as it seemed that Chen Yufei was about to run away here in the beginning of the second game. Basically liked it. It was just the execution that lacked a little bit. The ones with technical interest, that shot was hit with a little bit of a slice, and I think that was what did the damage for Sindhu. It should have been hit clean, just in the same direction.
Well, it was called out by the line judge. The line judge was right.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 3, 5, play.
That was a neutralizing shot from Sindhu.
Going.
Another one there.
Well left.
4, 5.
Thought for a moment she'd misjudged that and he was going to come back in.
5-all.
It's amazing how quickly things can change. From 4-0 up, things have turned really ugly the last 6 rallies for Chen Yufei. All kinds of errors and mistakes.
Well, she put that away with venom.
6-5.
That was something she did well in the later stages of the first game as well, Sindhu. When she has time to launch one of her power smashes, it is extremely difficult for any opponent to get it more than just back to the front of her court. So she should follow up immediately. She did that well here as well.
Oh, it's gone long. I think the lengthways drifts may have changed.
I think it was very short. Let's see where she hits it from. Well, not very short.
No. Well. 5 straight points. 6 straight points. What on earth has happened?
8-5.
Well, in the later stage of the first game, it was like suddenly Chen Yufei didn't know how to score against Sindhu. I don't know if it's the same might has happened here. Come on, shore on the lines. Misjudged one on her own backcourt and put 2 or 3 out long here. Total change of events.
Yeah. 7 straight points now. This time, umpire agrees with PV Sindhu, who doesn't want to change the shuttle. Oh yes, that's nice.
Service over. 6.
Not a moment too soon as far as Chen Yufei is concerned. That was the first little push, hold and foot push that did the damage.
And the attention to the front court. I think she needs to be quick on the front court, Chen Yufei. Then there's nothing much to do about that.
That's great accuracy.
That's a return ace.
Wonderful. Just inside the line.
Well played. So a little bit more focus on the front court for Chen Yufei, and then if she's played to the back court, really as quick as possible behind it, but definitely play it quickly below the tape on Sindhu's side to maintain control of the rally.
Incredible. 11-8. A little bit of good fortune for PUSARLA Sindhu, and she has a 3-point advantage. Look at this, crawled over. 3-point advantage, having been 2-5 down. Amazing. .38 minutes into the match.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Good, thank you.
Well, I know we've only ever had 4 Super 1000 events, Steen, 3
Players
last
on court.
year. This is the 5th
Sindhu on court.
Super 1000 event.
Sindhu.
But Chen Yufei, only women's singles player to have contested finals at all 3. Not in the same year, but in all 3. Won the All England this year.
Lost the final in China Open to Marin.
Play.
With Carolina Marin, and of course lost the final here last year.
Yeah.
That's
That's a terrible shot.
12, 8.
She just done a good job of turning the initiative around Chen Yufei when she created this mistake here. Oh,
13, 8.
loose shot where she more or less got Sindhu on the backboard. She already started moving.
This is extraordinary.
Yeah, and a great job by Sindhu in terms of covering the forehand corner.
12 of the last 15 points against the player who you believe overall, not necessarily today, is the best player in the world at the moment.
Yes, and I stick to that. I just say that the conditions here are favoring Sindhu more than they're favoring Chen Yufei, because Sindhu is muscle-wise, power-wise, stronger than Chen Yufei. But I think the first game was really, really important. Then it looked like Chen Yufei had got everything covered at 4-0 here, and since then things have been falling apart. And we've seen that on occasions. The Uber Cup campaign last year in Bangkok, where she played the first women's singles, that took its toll on Chen Yufei. She lost some matches there that sort of caused raised eyebrows. Lost to Ratchenok for the first time and lost to Mia Blichfeldt of Denmark on that occasion. So she can go off boil.
Yeah. But one has to also say that she was the heroine of the Sudirman Cup
She was.
recently in Nanning. Mixed team championships that China won. That's gone wide.
But that's one of the big questions coming up here for the Worlds and next year's Olympics. That is, how is she going to tackle the pressure there? Because she's sort of like the new hope from China.
Yeah.
We can see that they have players coming up as well. Just Wang Ji winning the Super 3000 last week in US Open. So definitely on their way back, China. The question is, how soon are they going to be there? Fire again.
Wow.
Excellent. Brilliant.
It's just amazing from PV Sindhu. 16 of the last 19 points. 2-5 down. Love 4 down, as you pointed out, Steen. Well, I have to say, I didn't expect this.
No.
Even after winning the first game, I didn't expect her to be so dominant.
No, and especially not after falling behind 4-0.
Yeah.
Amazing performance. Because she can't have gotten into this tournament with the highest of self-confidence,
No.
PV Sindhu.
Service over. 9-18.
Kim Ji-hyun, she's not ticking it yet as a one match. She's still
on the edge of her coach's chair.
But that smash there down the backhand side of Chen Yufei, that's really doing damage.
19-9.
2 points away from her first final of 2019. One point away. 20 match point 9. Having been 2-5 down. Oh, this has been an extraordinary performance. A wonderful performance as far as PV Sindhu is concerned. Yeah, that's nice.
Service over.
Defiance from Chen Yufei.
Yeah.
Landed in. Oh, she's challenging. I don't think she'll win that. I saw that as in, Steen.
I think it's over.
I think it's all over by the celebration. Not that she'll be celebrating because she's got another match tomorrow. Here we go. Match over.
Challenge unsuccessful. Game.
Kim Yi-hyun embraces her player. Well, the star quality shone through today from PV Sindhu. Struggling for the first 6 months of the year. I mean that in perspective, because struggling by her own very, very high standards. Wow, that was plumb on the line. So PV Sindhu through to her 31st career final, her first here at the Indonesia Open, and her first ever at a Super 1000 event. 21:19, 21:10 in 46 minutes.